And I looked at music, and then I looked at Marlon, and I was like, all right, so we probably need to like just tone this down. He was like, like we vibing, Kiki. Don't we not even about to do this, man. If the neighbors got something to say, we'll fix it. But ain't nobody saying nothing. That's really what I'm saying. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Like everything's fine. We vibing. I don't know what your man issue is. And Martin was like, you just so disrespectful. You're disrespectful. And he was like, what you mean I'm disrespectful? What? He was like, Kiki, get your mans. I'm like, Martin, we not do that. Ain't nobody being disrespectful. None of that. Martin's like, you know what? Fuck it. And he's like, ugh. And then he stormed in the house. And I'm like, oh, God damn. And when he stormed in the house, Rod went after him and Light Skin King. So I'm sitting outside with Music and his brother. And I'm just like, there we go. I guess we're going back in the house now. And Music was like, good, because it's cold out here. And we walked back in. But when we walked back in, Marlon gonna come in and was just like, I can't deal with this. I cannot deal with this. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like what the fuck is going on with you? Like what's up? He's just like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, Key. I'm not. And I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. And then he stormed upstairs, and I looked at Music. He looking at me like, man, let that man go. And I just went behind Marlon up the stairs to try to figure out, like, look, what the fuck? I need to figure out what the fuck he going upstairs for, because you know we got weapons upstairs. So what the fuck he going upstairs for? Let me figure that shit out, because I ain't got time for that shit. So I walk upstairs, and I'm like, Marlon, what's up? He frantically looking around the closet. He's like, I'm about to go. I'm looking for my keys. I'm about to go. I'm going to the store. I need a black. I'm like, what's up? He was like, you just sat up there and let him disrespect me like that. I'm like, ain't nobody disrespect nothing. He talking about some fuck my neighbors. I'm like, Marlon, that's because you was getting upset at him when him and Light Skin King both was going back and forth, both was being loud, but you only wanted to address him. So it's just like, no, we not about to do that. You didn't address Light Skin King. He was like, well, that's because he simmered down when I said y'all simmer down. I'm like, and so did Music. But because he made the comment before he simmered down, you want to say something. He's like, but it can't be no fuck my neighbor. It can't be no fuck my neighbor. I'm like, all right, Marlon, I ain't got time for this. I'm like, you doing too much. Like, you doing too much, and you ruining the night. You and your little fucking bitchy ass attitude is ruining the night. He's like, I'm not being bitchy. I'm like, you are. And you're ruining the night. I'm like, where you going? He's like, I'm going to the store to get me a black. And then he stormed downstairs. And then he was just like, hey, y'all, come on. He was talking to Rob and Light Skin King. And I'm just like, I walk down the stairs and I'm holding my hand out like, I don't know what's going on. And then Marlon, Rob, Light Skin King, they walked outside. And I'm like, okay. And that's when Music looked at me. He was like, man, what's wrong with your mans, yo? I'm like, look, I don't know what's going on with him. He said she was being disrespectful. He was like, but me and the old dude was both talking to each other. I'm like, I know. I explained that to him. He was like, I knew this nigga was like this. Like, I knew he was like this. He was like, man, let me get me some of those ribs. And he went and made him another plate, sat down, and we just sitting there talking. Marlon was literally gone for like a good 10 minutes. Like a good 10 minutes. A lot could have happened in them 10 minutes while he was gone, but I'm not that type to be disrespectful, because I'm like, I know I'm not the only one living here, so I'm not even going to disrespect the house like that, but a lot could have happened in those 10 minutes. But me and Music, we was just chilling, vibing, listening to music with, with his brother, whatever. Marlon and them come back in, and when they come back in, Marlon go upstairs. He instantly went upstairs. Rob and Light Skin King sat down at the table with us, and when they sat down at the table with us, they was like looking kind of a little sketchy. So I'm just like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's up? They was like, nothing. Like, nothing. I'm like, okay. And I excused myself from the table, and I went upstairs to, check on Marlon. He was taking his coat off, and he was just like, I was like, Marlon, what's up? Everything good? He's like, it's everything fine, Key. It's fine, Key. It's fine. I'm like, all right, you got your black? He was like, I got it. It's fine. And then he started walking downstairs. So when he walked downstairs, I'm walking behind him. Next thing you know, him and Music are face to face. Like literally face to face. Music pretty much towering him. Because Music's like 5'10". Like towering Marlon. Because, me and Marlon are the same height. So Marlon and Music, they're like standing face to face or whatever not, and Marlon's looking at him, was like, man, I just want to say I'm sorry for feeling like you and Key got something going on. Like, I can see that y'all ain't got nothing going on. I just want to apologize, for being disrespectful, for making, if I made you feel uncomfortable or if I disrespected you. It ain't even, I'm sorry about that. And then he reached out his hand to like shake Music's hand, and Music looked at his hand, and he looked at him, he was like, it's cool. He did not shake his hand. He was just like, it's cool. And then he sat back down. And I'm just like, that pissed Marlon off. That pissed Marlon off. Because Marlon literally was sitting there with his hand extended. Music like, hell nah, I ain't shaking your hand, but shit, it's cool. All right. And sat his ass down. So Marlon looked at me. I looked at him. I put my head down because I'm just like, I already know I'm about to hear about this later, but what the fuck ever. I ain't got time. So we sat down at the table. Marlon's like, all right, so what's the next game? He was like, man, let's play spades. We black. Come on, let's play spades. He was like, you know how to play spades? He was pointing at Marlon. Marlon was like, yeah, I know how to play spades. He's like, all right, let's play it. And I looked at Music. I'm like, who finna be your partner? He's like, my brother gonna be my partner. That's always my spade partner. What you doing? What you talking about? I'm like, man, okay, all right. Well, watch me about to whoop your ass. He was like, who your partner? And I looked, Marlon. He's sitting across from me, so I guess that's my partner. I really wish it would have been somebody else, but hey, it's Marlon. Whatever. So we started playing spades, and as the game started intensifying, y'all know how black people is when it comes to spades. We start intensifying, and me and Music are both competitive. We are both competitive, and I can tell you that we are competitive because I'm a Ravens fan. He's a Steelers fan. It gets deep. Like that competition gets deep, okay? So we competitive. And I'm just like, they whooping our ass like book after book after book after book. We on our third goddamn game and we getting our ass beat. And I'm just like, fucking Marlon. Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, And then Music talking his shit. So I started to talk my shit back. And I'm just like, you know what? No, we not. Let's put some money on it. Put some money on it. And then that's when Music was like, hell yeah, okay, all right, $20. We win. If we win, you give me $20. You win, I give you $20. I'm like, all right, bet. And we shook on it. And then when we shook on it, Marlon was just like, what kind of man? And I looked at him. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, what kind of man makes a bet with a woman? And I'm like, Marlon. He was all jokes. And that's when Music looked at him. He was like, what you mean? He was like, I'm just saying, like, I'm from Louisiana. When we sit down at the table, we're not making bets with women. Like, we don't make bets with women. And Music looked at him, was like, go on. He was like, I'm just saying. Matter of fact, if y'all win, I'll give you the $20. Because I pay my woman's debt. I pay her debt. And I looked at him like, bitch, when I became your damn woman? The fuck? The fuck type of shit is that? I am not your damn woman. And then Music looked at me, chuckled, and it was like, bet. They whooped our goddamn asses. They whooped our asses, yo. When I say they whooped, we didn't get not one goddamn book, not one fucking book. And I was pissed because I'm just like, nigga, I'm competitive. Why you do that? Like, why did you do that? So when they whooped our ass, Music looked at Marlon and was just like, I need my 20. And Marlon's like, I was like, it's fine. He was like, no. I need my 20. Because when it was just me and you, I was just joking. You know that we was just joking because that's what we do all the time. I'm like, I know. He was like, but since your man said that he want to pay your debt, give me my $20. And Marlon's like, that's fine. And then he stood up, reached in his wallet, grabbed the 20 and gave it to him. And I was like, okay, all right, yeah. That was sheesh. So yeah, gave him his 20. And Music was just goddamn smiling like, yeah. He was taunting Marlon to the fact that he opened the 20, held it up at the light. He was like, yeah, I got to make sure this real because you gave it to me too fast. And it was just like looking at it. I'm just like, oh my God, please don't taunt him. And Marlon was turning red, like really, really red. He was just like, you making bets with women. Like that is so disrespectful to the host. And I'm like, Marlon, it wasn't disrespectful because me and him was just joking. We joke like that all the time. Like, yeah, we can bet some, but we ain't paying each other for real. We joke like that. He said, but he just took my money. I said, because you are a man. He don't joke like that with you. You took it serious. You made it serious. So yeah, he took your damn money.